Now I'm going to show you a couple different ways to create a basic mask. I'm using these two different images. What I'm going to do is I'm going to merge the figures of this and from this photo into this one. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this one up and I'm going to float it. In other words, I'm going to take it off of the upper palette up here, or panel. Now, if I needed to put that back on for whatever reason, because sometimes I accidentally drag them off and I don't like them down there, I'll just go ahead and do this. But we're going to go ahead and float this, okay? And what I want to do is embed this photo into this one. To do that, what I need to do while this is still selected is I need to go ahead and I need to unlock it. So this little lock next to on the side of the layer tells me that it's locked. To do that, I'm going to simply go ahead and click on that. If I needed to lock it again, I could simply go here, but I want it unlocked because I'm going to drag this into the other file. Now I need to go over here and grab the Move tool. Sometimes when you do that, you accidentally click into the other file, and I can tell that by the image on this layer here. Make sure you're back in the one you want to drag. I'm going to grab it. I'm going to drag it on there. Okay, now I don't need this one now, so I'm just going to crunch it. What I'm going to do is go ahead and drag this about the center. Now there's a couple different ways I can do this. There's actually more than two, but I'm going to show you a few of them. One of them is that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by making a layer icon. And as you remember, there's one down here that says Add Layer Mask. And while I'm in the layer mask, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select an area. Now I actually want the reverse of this out. So I'm going to select and I'm going to inverse that. Okay, so now you can see this is like this. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill. Now remember, white reveals and black conceals. So when it asks me, do I want to use the background color? I do, because that's black. I want all of this to be black on the mask, and I want this to be shown. So go ahead. There we go. That's one way. Again, we'll look at the mask. Alt, click on the mask. There we go. Okay, so that's one way to do this. All right, now I'm going to go back to the point where I have dragged that on there, and I'm going to show you a different way to do this. Okay, so I've selected it, and now I'm going to go do the mask. Oops, I did it in the wrong one. Well, just shows you how you have to pay attention to what you're doing. Okay, there we go. So I've got that. So those are two different ways that I can go about merging some images. Now, if I want to, I can go in and refine this. And how I can do that, there's some different ways. Right now, I'm just going to show you a very basic way using the brush. Remember, you want to use a brush, and you want it to have a hard edge. You don't want soft. You can change the size up here. Another thing I like to do is control bracket. So I'm going to go ahead and, whoops, come on, brush. Oh, well, I'm just goofing around today, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay, here we go. Now I got to make sure that I'm in the mask, and white right now is it will reveal. I want to switch that over to be black. Whoops, you can see I already clicked on to. Okay, there we go. Good. I started taking some of that off, so I'm going to switch that around. Put that back in there, okay. Oops. Okay, so not beautiful, but you get the basic idea.